What is up, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? I am running so late. It is ridiculous. Um, super late. Um, okay. Sorry. So, man, today has just been like the busiest and weirdest day ever. Okay. So, I don't know if I had talked about this. Not too long ago. I have an S25. It's like not even a year old. It's like 6 months old. Okay. One of the Galaxy S25s. Um, I sits in the bedroom. I don't really touch it. And I woke up the one morning and the screen shattered. The battery's giving me issues and it's pushing out. So, okay. Yeah. So now I'm waiting to deal with this lovely cracked screen from hell. I don't know if you can see it or not. But so I go to file an insurance claim. They're like, you've used all yours up. This is a brand new phone. I've never claimed. What? Oh, and then I call up two different people. One, they're telling me there's no deductible. It's just a whole fucking headache, right? Um, Finally, I spoke to somebody at Spectrum who I had my phone through, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's an error. It's a glitch. We don't know. We'll get back to you. So wait a couple days, bro." Okay. And then I'm going to get the sim rig, and payments aren't going through. I'm like, "What the?" Like today has been just hell. But we have 95%, if not 99%, we have locked in on a sim rig. I know that I was telling you guys I was going to go with Sim Labs, the P1X Ultimate frame. However, uh, I have found a new um, I have found a new one. And we'll bring that up on stream here because I didn't get a chance to do my damn display today. I'm sorry. The plan was to get everything up this display and make it so I can just stream display. Yeah, let's be a big boy streamer, right? Anyways, so we are going to get this. And I saw some really cool, nifty little thingies. Really cool. So, huge shout out to Steven over at Advanced Sim Racing. Um, Man, he has helped me out so much. Like, this is all I know what things do. Okay. I build my computer, I build all my stuff. I'm not slow or anything, but man, like when you haven't seen this stuff in person and you haven't done it yet, it's just like overwhelming. Because if you look at like this, right? This is more set up. There are a couple haptics that you can do with this kind of setup. Um, Versus the Sim Labs Track Racer, I believe, has it. Monster Tech has it. where you'll see, if you see on the inside here, you can see all those lines. They're usually on the outside. Some do, some don't, right? I know there's a couple companies that don't, and some other rigs from those other brands I mentioned don't. We already said we're not going with Track Racer. There was too much nonsense with that. We heard too many weird things. And a huge shout out to Steven as well. I've been trying to dig up monitors to use. Everybody was like, OLED, this, use this. One thing that a lot of people were sticking by was the 45-inch LG OLEDs, the newer ones. And he was like, hey, that's what we use here. It's cool, man. That's awesome. That's I like hearing that. If a company is making, these, and that's the product they are going to use for their monitors, then obviously. And I've seen Boosted Media and some other channels have used them as well. He also corrected a fatal flaw for me that almost ended in tragedy. So we were going to do integrated. And the more and more and more I looked at it, the more people were like, do not do integrated, especially when you go over 27 to 32 inch. Once you go over that, do not do integrated if you plan to do motion. It's just too much weight for the haptic system, and it's going to rattle that screen and loosen it. And it might even fall off, et cetera, et cetera. So he was like, you want the actual mounted frame. As you can see here, we have everything in cart. We have our shifter and handbrake plate, advanced 4 plate. Like, why wouldn't you want it instead of stepping through the frame? And then we have that 50-inch or 45-inch ultra. That's up to. So nice and versatile. But not bad. Not bad. We were about spending that. We still have to do. There's one thing I'm going to order off Track Racer, I believe, and that's the rumble pack that goes under the seat. They do have it. For some reason, it wasn't under audio, but it's sold out. I've seen the Butt Kicker Pro. I was thinking of that. However, the one thing that I did not like about the Butt Kicker is this is the advanced Butt Kicker mount. Okay. It's a bar that goes underneath. We were looking, and not that I like Track Racer anymore. They have a new one coming out that really captured my attention. This. No. This is the only thing I'd consider getting from them. Is their haptic bass shaker. I might not even do that. I might just get this plate right here, and I'll explain why. I have to. Okay, it is compatible. So I think what we'll do is we will get the Butt Kicker from Advanced Sim Racing because I want to stick with them as much as possible. Right? But I want that mount because what it does is it mounts perfectly under the seat. So you're getting the most of it. But otherwise, we're not going anything with Track Racer. Disgusting. If you're curious, just do some research. Track Racer, I've heard instructions are unclear. Half the people were saying spend $2,000, $3,000 on a damn sim rig, and the screws, right? The screws aren't even like to size. They had to go to the hardware shop, which is not a big deal. They're like, I know screws and mount and bolts and stuff. It's the fact I just spent that kind of money on a sim rig and it didn't even come with. Everybody's like, well, look up a video or just contact them. You shouldn't have to do that, man. Like, that's such a lame excuse. I hate when people say that. I've had that happen before, even with pristine, good companies, okay? But it's rare for that to happen with them. This is just hundreds and hundreds of reports. So I think we're going to go with that. I didn't see what it was compatible with. Probably the Plus. That'd be my guess. But yeah, for now, we're going to do this. I also saw an amazing feature, and I'll show you why this sold me. One, I like this. I'll show that. And I'm not calling anybody out, but I will let him know, or if he happens to come across the video, um, you know, but I'll let him know I said it. Um, one of the things I wish he would have mentioned. One of the things I wish he would have mentioned is where the hell is it? Um, it was in the original cart, but I had to bring the total down. I saw this and I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Okay, first off, we have this. This I thought was cool. One of the things that kind of turned me off about the Sim Labs is they have a mouse pad that kind of hangs off your chair. I don't like kind of like that. And then their keyboard mount comes over, but doesn't do this. One of the things I've complained about with the Virtual sticks is when I'm on my chair, I can't hit my keyboard, right? This is gonna be nice and wide. And then the keyboard can, obviously before I mount the sticks, slide the keyboard over so I don't hit the sticks. But it'll go right in front of me. So I can use mouse, keyboard, and sticks. That's perfect. And then the other thing I'm trying to find, which again, I wish he would have told me about. I'd rather show it on stream. Because if you guys are wondering how a flight sim will work for this, easily, I found a nifty little attachment. Okay, so this is your right side where your shifter and everything goes, right? That is where also I would mount the plate. Now, I will probably have to go to Monster Tech for the plate. They make a lot of universal plates for sim rigs and chairs and whatnot to mount a lot of flight stick peripherals, especially Virtual. Nothing especially like this, but it wasn't under that. Oh my god, where is this? We can delete that now. I don't remember where it is, so we might just have to explain it. I'm just stupid. It's right there. Unless he had mentioned it and I was just caught up in everything, which then I apologize. But I wish he would have mentioned this because I still had a little bit. That's where like I was like 85% sold on this. When I saw this, it pushed it up to like I'm pretty sure like 95 to 99%. I'm going to be getting this. I'm almost 99.9%. I'm sold on this. I was like, man, it's really going to suck not having that space sim right set up. So I saw this. What this is it's an arm that goes over here and it swings open so you can get in and out. I was like, we now have a way to mount a HOTAS or HOSA, right? That right there, amazing. Also, one thing that brought me even to advanced sim racing is I saw a lot of sim racers talking about the ASR6, ASR4, ASR. Well, it was ASR4, the ASR6 when I googled it said the ASR 4 is not as premium as the 6, and it's not as strong as a 6. Whereas an AS4, you're going to really want for your typical sim racing needs. An AS6 is what you want. It's a more sturdier and premium sim rig, and that is more meant for motion. He let me know that it was a more of they stopped producing it. They're making different ones now, which is normal. And that's pretty much the ASR Pro. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be trying to secure here soon. This way we don't have to rattle the stupid desk. I have some nifty little attachments we picked this up for like $30, man. Up Amazon. Just clamps to your desk and it'll hold the webcam this way. I plan the plan right now is to get one thing at a time, right? We still need 3 monitors. We're going to do the sim rig first. We might, because 3 monitors is almost $4,000. We might either wait on the OLEDs and try to save up more for the haptic. And in the meantime, get 3 Alienwares. But I'm not sure just yet. However, we might get the Pimax Crystal Light. It's like $700 or $800. I have 2 VRs here. I have the kids because they never used it from Christmas like 2-3 years ago. But that's the Quest 2. And I don't like the wireless. I have the original Rift S. I love it. Goes right into the video card. It's amazing. And yeah. So the Pimax will be something that's not wireless. I prefer wired, right? I want to use my hardware. I didn't put 4K into a computer for me to use the software in a headset. That doesn't make sense. Plus, I want to get rid of Meta. I don't like Meta. The only thing I like about Meta, except for the stupid link software, right? I don't even have it on my computer apparently anymore. Is Meta has one good thing, and I can't say this is the one thing that makes them stick out because I don't know if the other companies offer it, but it's called right here. It's over here. Oculus Mirror. And what this does is this just brings up a display, kind of like it brings up a display kind of like a YouTube video or whatnot, or like a media player. And it makes your whole screen whatever you see in the headset by using low resources. This way you can stream the mirror. Because if you stream the headset, people are going to be seeing a weird double vision thing on your stream. The mirror makes it easy. I don't know if Pimax and all that has it. Well, I'm sure they do. I see plenty of people racing with it. But what we'll do is we'll get ready to get everything going. I'm going to plug it in first because I don't trust it. We haven't even had a chance to race yet. Not that I'm looking forward to this because the load cells on the carpet are so hard to use, but we've been managing, right? And then the plan tonight, as you saw, we want to finish that tune. That new tune. In the tune we finally finished on the Lancer that, oh my God, I can't believe it's in first place now. And also the good news is I went on our all Xbox account and my tune is actually first in the list. I was like, yeah, it's only a 1 star, but it was kind of exciting. Like I worked hard on that Lancer. You guys have seen that. I will be making a video explaining everything I did, and I will show 100% the build. I will go through everything. This way, if you guys want to replicate it and maybe toy with it and be like, hey, I found something better. Like I'm not the strongest racer. We are very much noob. All right, let's turn this over to chat and then. Yeah. This is the cleanest energy drink I've ever had, called Naked. The orange is the only one I can stomach. It's all pure organic, and it tastes like chewing on an orange peel. But it's healthy. All right. Oh, right. All right, 1 second. We gotta do all this fun stuff. And then we'll move the mic over. There we go. So once we have the sim rig, the plan will be to get a DSLR camera so we can film from the side. And then I think what I want to do is take our webcam now, this one. I do want to replace it. I don't like this generation of Logitech Brio, but I want to do the pedal, right? I want to have something on the pedals. And then we also have plans to replace the vest. We have a B Haptics Air Light or Light Air or whatever it's called. Tact Air. I don't remember. The vest is amazing. I'm in Florida now. I'm used to Pennsylvania weather up by Canada. I'm used to the snow and the cold. I'm not used to heat. So we have the AC blasting in this room all the time. And this is nice and light. We might get the upgraded version, which is a lot nicer, but I'm more concerned about the heat. You know what I mean? I like to stay cool. So what we'll do is I gotta still edit this video because I'm putting a shout out to Steven under the title as well. Well, under the description, because huge help, man. Huge help. For me, when you take your time out and you help somebody and you make when I'm about to spend thousands of dollars and you make me worry a lot less, it makes me really want your product. Um, Verpal gave me the same experience. Anytime I had a problem or a question, Tony at Verpal was more than happy to help me. And I got that same vibe. And that's cool. Okay, I don't want that, but that has been the first time. That's the first time we have ever seen not only one car that we did not own under this, but two. I mean, I'm not shocked. There's a lot of new cars, right? And now we have 2 tokens. I already know we're going to spend one on. And we'll get that super wheel spin going.
Welcome back, X.
I feel so short. This is why we need the sim rig. I'm not even lined up yet, but it's okay. Message center. I think people like my Lancer. I'm hoping. I spent a lot, man. For somebody who doesn't know cars, I am very proud. I'm very proud of this tuning. All right. And then all the cars we gifted have been delivered. So I know we had... I think we're in the car right now. Yep. All right. Let me get into position. Most important thing first, we have to have the energy drink in reaching distance. And then we'll put the circle on the water, the circle on the floor. This way I have water. Again, it's been a super duper long day. All right. And then while I'm down here, I'm going to go to OBS. I want to check camera. I'm not that bad. Yeah. The camera angle is pretty good. Okay. Let's see if we can get first place again. All right, I'm going to go back to game volume. I know you guys won't be able to hear the difference. It's just a mixer. We did have to fight a little dirty because these guys fight dirty as well. When we get there, I'm going to test. I'm going to make sure everything's working. Because remember, yeah, the past few days, man, past few days have been killing me. Okay, buttons are working on the wheel. Now the wheel's not working. No, mouse. I can feel the feedback, but shifting's not working. What the? Moza. It ain't Moza. It's the game. We have confirmed it's the game too, because when we did the Aseta test, it was flawless. And then what I did before was just hit space and then back. Don't save with the controller. Interesting. Interesting. I kind of see what's going on. Okay, 1 second. I'm recalibrating the pedal. It was showing that I was pressing it. All right, so this is the car that we have spent, I mean, overall, a while on, and we just finally perfected it. We still have to try it in manual. I know everybody's probably like, this is sim racing. Where's the manual, man? The clutch is hooked up, but until we get a sim rig, we can't pull out the shifter. We can't pull out the handbrake. I know, it's kind of weird, right? Drop almost $1,000 on stuff, and I don't even have a sim rig yet. To be fair, though, the wheel and the old pedals and everything I already had, but the SRP lights, if you get the Moza R5 bundle, upgrade the pedals immediately. The SR5 or the SRP lights are just, they're not that great. And it's raining. Okay. I love that horn. My bad. Wrong pedal. Wrong pedal. Sorry. Sorry. That was the clutch. I'm not used to the spacing yet, so. We'll still get first, I hope. Come on, baby. Take that corner. You know, I think we should push this car to the max, though. Why would you slam on the brakes? Okay, that was... Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you're, like, actually racing and you slam on your brakes like that, wouldn't that be a penalty? I know, I know. It's not this kind of game, but like, man, come on. What a weird thing to do. Like, there's no reason for it. You're on a straightaway. She's handling a little bit wider now that it's raining. It's to be expected. You're going to lose grip and traction in the rain. I would assume. Come on, 8th gear. That's a lie. All right. We need 8th gear. Damn. No, and I shouldn't be reading messages either. This is a prime example right here why you don't text and drive. Look over, I'm trying to read it. That has been my only what is a master cylinder? Why do I want to say that's a car part? You have to remember, man. I don't drive legally often. Like, I don't know anything about cars. We're just getting into racing. Oh, fair. All right, let's restart. That's been my only complaint about switching to YouTube is with Twitch, I can set the text size, and I don't get that option with the pop out. I really, really want to see a font size. All right, I'm gonna go get my butt kicked. I'm not used to driving in the rain. Or racing in the rain, whatever you want to call it. All right. I will check that after this. We got this, man. We got this. I'm not shocked. We tuned this car. So many hours have gone into tuning this, and I still don't understand tuning. I'm gonna have to like take a small class on cars or something if I'm gonna be racing and learn how to drive. That's one thing I never did. That makes sense. We'll check that in the settings after. I don't think I ever adjusted steering angle because now we're instead of 900, we're using 540. In Assetto, we have adjusted it to the 540 steering angle. I don't think we have done that in Forza, or if we can. I'm not sure. All right, here's the question. Can this car, an expert, get top 3? Little close. All right. Now that we fixed that. What the fuck, dude? It's set back to 900. I don't. So that's why the steering was a little weird, I would assume. 540. Thank you. Moza, what are you doing? And then if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be here. All right, we're on highly skilled. We have literally worked up from novice to average to above average to highly skilled. We are now getting first and highly skilled. That is a hell of a thing. We are two modes away from hitting the hardest. What happens if we go to simulation? I'm curious now. The only reason we're keeping rewind on, I'm trying not to use rewind for racing anymore. However, this is Forza. We do a lot of dumb shit on Forza, like jumping ramps, and then we can hit reverse to try to get that perfect jump instead of having to teleport back and do it. That's why we have that on. Let's try with ABS off as well. As for excuse you, do you know how much I spent on this monitor? That's an HDR monitor, trust me. I think it's because you have to have your monitor activated. I don't have HDR on. I didn't like HDR. See, that should technically be off. I haven't had issues, though. I don't... And that shit off. Does that mean? Hold up. Oh, thank fuck. You can just drive now. I no longer have to go into photo mode, get a photo, and then come back out and be stuck in Anna in Forza Link. Dude, that's awesome. Now I can still set a course, right? Yep. I wasn't sure. Okay. Perfect. All right. I want to see how this race goes without ABS, without all of the help. I want, to be fair, I don't know. So instead of looking like an ass, we're going to Google it. Okay. So we will turn ABS back on. I looked it up. Most racing vehicles and most drivers use ABS. It's not something that would be out of the realm of unrealistic racing. So we will use it. I'm going to see what it's like without it. Man, I'm really hyped for that sim rig. I'm hoping I can figure something out. The problem is, see, we were going to make payments, right? But we can't make payments because it's a Canadian company, and it has, whenever you make the payment, it can automatically converts over to Canadian currency, which makes sense. But the payment company doesn't do that. You have to, for us to do anything Canadian payment wise, we have to have a Canadian address and do it over there, which doesn't make sense, right? Like, you've never heard of an international or neighbor, a neighbor nation trade? Like, come on, man. All right, so this is with simulation tire wear and tear. Oh! I like ABS off. That is the braking I like to see. That is nice. I mean, look at our time already. Random Ocean. I wonder who that guy is. That guy sucks. We're going to pass him. I'm just kidding, Austin. Oh, I mean, I'm going to pass, but... Oh, that ABS off is so much nicer. Jesus. I was actually able to brake when I needed to. Yep, you take that. You take that wide. Thank you. Goodbye. And bam, got it. And we're going to be posting a clean time. That is amazing. That is a huge improvement. Now, I will give credit. I will give credit with the old pedals. ABS is probably a bad idea. With load cell, ABS off kind of makes sense because I can't slam on the brakes. I mean, I have to like... These brakes, me using these brakes is not skipping leg day. I'll tell you that. Ooh, I felt that was too harsh of a brake and I almost went out. We might have to turn the braking into the back a little bit because, yeah, that was a little concerning. Beautiful race, though. I don't think we hit anything. We didn't really hit anybody. For the most part, I believe that was clean. Like, 100% clean. Tires warmed up nicely. Actually, that was beautiful. Now let's try it on Elite. Can we not be raining, though? Now, we've been doing this race because if you know racing, right? All right, that's distracting. I keep seeing the image off the damn phone. If you know racing, racing isn't all about skill. Racing is a lot of memorization of the turns, the track. This is why, like, after hours and hours and hours, once you know a track, you can smash through it. If you don't know where the turns are, you're not going to know where to brake properly. I'm starting to learn that. So I've been, like, on Assetto, I've been beating a track like a dead horse. You know what I mean? I've been beating it into the ground because, like, I'm trying to learn where to turn. All right. Expert. Can we do it? Can this car handle expert? Probably not. So far, I'm happy. We wanted to finish in the top 3, and thus we have. Well, as long as everything goes correctly. But I'm hungry. Hungry for first. I know I braked a little late there, but I really wanted that second place, and now we're going for first. Nope. I should have went a little wider. I thought so. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, now I can't. Wound up getting second. I didn't want to push too hard for first with the cracked screen. Between the rain and the cracked screen, my visibility is reducing quickly. No. Not terrible. Not terrible. We did get second place on expert. I'm not sure I'm digging simulation wear and tear now. Thanks. I would prefer for tire to be on, but not the windshield and all that. All right, so we do see damage. That must have been a weird freak hit that caused us to lose our windshield. Because yeah, I'm all right. What does it take? That's just a fatality. I was hoping to sideswipe something. There we go. So, okay, how much damage does that take? I mean, how much was that really worth? None. Literally wasn't worth any. They must have redid the event I liked because I don't see it anywhere now. I want to do Colossus. And then we're going to work on our new Lancer setup. We have that new Lancer that we want to get going because it's not going. And then possibly Subaru. I want to see the difference between the Subaru and the Lancer if I can hard it and tune it the same. Or try to, right? That'd be great. All right, we're on expert. We're doing a 20-minute race. By all means, if we're careful, we should be able to come in first. Commit, commit, commit. Don't hit me. You got mad that I passed him. No. Three, two, one. I don't need a line to tell me that. To slow down. Honestly, the only reason we have the line is because otherwise I wouldn't know where the hell to go. It's not like, a closed off track. When you have like so many turns and shit, I'm like, where am I supposed to be? No, I can take that. I can take that. No slowing down. Maybe not. I read the map wrong. Okay, we're still learning. Okay. Oh, what the I don't even know if I'm still streaming.